This is Patrick Miller, and this is the Trastiest channel on all of YouTube. Today is episode 1, season 1. I've never done this before, but I am going to profile my company from its inception to growing the business and kind of going through all the struggles that I've had so far, go over what I did to present to the bank to get my loan, and I'd like to correspond with people on what you're doing for your business and how we can work together possibly and exchange ideas. I think it'd be great. So I want to start a roll-off business, and I wanted to start my business about 2 years ago, and I presented it to one of the people that I had worked with in the past, and I kind of laughed at and wasn't really told it was a bad idea, but in so many words, it wasn't really probably something that I should do. So I don't know. I just kind of threw it away, and 2 years later, I kind of had that pull to start this business. And so what I ended up doing is, first of all, I had to save up some money on my regular job, and because I knew that I would need a lot of money, because I didn't want to buy a used truck, and I didn't want to buy used equipment. I didn't want to buy anybody's company and all their problems. I want to start fresh. And so I have a company called Patrick Miller Construction, and the M is red. And so I'm just kind of playing off of that in my market. I've been in business for 15 years, so the M is somewhat recognizable in my area. So I'm just playing off of that. So my thought is that the construction company would order roll-offs, in the same building that we're in, and also would be, really focusing on residential homeowners and business to business. So the software I'm going with is Dumpster Rental Systems down in Texas, and there's no sense in buying a franchise because these guys got the software. I mean, I'm going to look like I've been doing this for 20 years on my first day in business, because of the way their software is set up. And the software is the website, and it's all app-based. It's pretty sweet. I'll probably do another episode on that once I get more information on that. But I believe that there is going to be I think there's going to be a huge call for junk hauling and roll-off service. So when I look at junk haulers, most of them are driving pickup trucks and trailers. They're franchises. They got like wrap trucks, and they got cartoon characters as their mascot. And I think that they don't really look like they're roll-off business. They don't look like they're commercial. And I think that the commercial roll-off business were dumpsters. I don't think that a lot of them aren't full service like junk haulers. So I'm kind of going right in the middle, where I think I'm going to provide a roll-off service. You fill it, we fill it. And I think that I think there's a niche there. So what I did is I put all this together, and I gave this to the bank when I went into the bank. So one of the things that I did is I went through a business overview, basically how I envisioned the business. I went through some industry trends that I started to see. I pointed out some industry trends. I identified my customers, so who I'm going to be selling to, and how I'm going to buy from, or how they're going to buy from me. So the CDL training, safety, ongoing safety efforts. I talked about my organizational skills, my customer service skills as a retail contractor, my attention to details. So I went through a lot of that, my networking, and then the marketing. So I had it all spelled out to the bank how I was going to do this. And if you guys want to know more about it, I can probably talk for about an hour on all those things that I just mentioned. But the big thing is, what I did is I put together 3 years of projections. So on the first year, I figured that $364,000 is my first year in sales. And that's based on just doing like 2 dumps a day on average, and maybe throwing in 1 junk hauling a week. So I don't really know. I kind of set the bar pretty low, because it's a lot easier to chase after that number and double it than it is to stay awake at night trying to wonder how you're going to make it happen. So in there, I talked about, my COGS, the fuel, the dump fees, the vehicle maintenance, shop supplies, vehicle payment, permits, fees, subcontractor costs, because on the junk hauling, I'm going to subcontract out either to crew or to my other company, the crew, to go out there and do the junk hauling. Rent, because I have a building, I have to pay rent, the insurance for the building, the insurance for the company, the insurance for the truck, the payroll. The payroll is just going to be me, and I'm not going to pay myself a lot of money. I'm going to work for free because I really think that this thing's I got to put all the money back into the business. The software, office supplies, dumpster maintenance. I'm going to have to get a welder. I'm going to have to do all my own maintenance on those dumpsters. If they get dinged up, banged up, the door doesn't open, I got to weld it together. So my startup costs are the dumpsters, the truck, the filing fees, the website launch, and then the branding. So when I went into the bank, I had my articles of incorporation with the state of Minnesota. I had an IRS EIN number. So I was a legit company when I went into the bank to pitch my program or my company. The other thing I did is I went to the Minnesota Department of Veterans Affairs, and I filed my company as a veteran-owned business because I am a vet. And if you are a vet, there are a lot of programs in your state and with the SBA to get you money to start your business. It's a huge thing that I think a lot of people just don't take advantage of or don't know how to take advantage of it. If you want some information, I'd be happy to help you. The other thing is I got the big ticket here. I'm going with a Kenworth. I'm not screwing around. I'm not buying anybody's used crap. This thing will not leak oil. Cool thing about Kenworth is they have a one-time deal. It's a brand new truck. I can't wait to see it. That'll be another episode. It's for $6,000. It's a $500,000 5-year extended warranty on the engine and chassis, which I think is pretty awesome. So I'm paying up front for it. It's my only truck. I can't afford a breakdown. And so that's why I'm going with a new truck. I'm going with a Palfinger T50 hook on the back. Palfinger is manufactured in France, I believe. It's really an industry leader when it comes to roll-off, or I should say hook trucks. So it's heavy duty. It'll work all day. I don't anticipate having any issues with that. I searched long and hard for a dumpster company to manufacture the dumpsters. I couldn't find any dumpster companies. I found one in Pennsylvania. I found another one in Wisconsin. And I found a guy in St. Paul on the third page of Google. And these guys build a great box. And they were a lot less money. And since I'm local, I pay no shipping. I can just go over and pick them up as they build them. So that was pretty cool.